Welcome to today's session. We will be exploring the fascinating topic of DBMS functions. In this presentation, I will walk you through the key functions of database management systems, helping you understand how they work and their importance. So, let's get started and make this learning experience engaging and insightful. Welcome to our second slide, where we dive into the concept of built-in functions. These are predefined operations within a database management system, or DBMS, that make data manipulation and analysis much simpler. Think of them as ready-to-use tools that help us perform common tasks quickly and efficiently. They really enhance our query capabilities by allowing us to perform calculations, data transformations, and aggregations without writing complex code from scratch. Understanding these functions is vital because they play a key role in optimizing database performance. When we use them effectively, we can write more efficient, clearer queries, which is especially important in professional environments where data accuracy and speed matter a lot. So, as we go through this presentation, keep in mind how these functions tie into the bigger picture of managing and analyzing data more effectively. Let's take a closer look at built-in functions in DBMS. These functions are essential tools that help us perform common operations more efficiently. They are integrated directly into the database system, which means we can use them without having to write complex code ourselves. Built-in functions cover a wide range of tasks, from mathematical calculations like summing or averaging data, to string manipulations such as concatenating or extracting parts of text. They also include date and time functions, which are very useful for handling temporal data. By leveraging these functions, we can simplify our queries, improve performance, and make our data processing much more effective. Understanding these functions is fundamental to mastering database management and making the most of the capabilities that modern DBMS software offers. Let's talk about numeric functions, which are essential when working with numerical data in SQL. These functions perform various mathematical operations that help us manipulate and analyze numeric values efficiently. For example, ABS is a handy function that gives us the absolute value of a number, which is useful in calculations where only the magnitude matters. Then there's round, which allows us to round numbers to a specified number of decimal places, making our data cleaner and more readable. We also have ceil and floor, which are used to round numbers up or down to the nearest integer, respectively. These functions are incredibly useful in financial calculations, statistical analysis, and data normalization. They help us ensure our data is precise and consistent within our SQL queries. Overall, mastering these numeric functions enhances our ability to perform complex calculations and produce reliable results in our data analysis workflows. Now, let's talk about string functions, which are essential tools for manipulating text data in databases. These functions let us perform a variety of operations, such as joining strings together, trimming unnecessary spaces, or matching specific patterns within text. For example, the concat function helps us combine multiple strings into one seamless piece of text. Substring allows us to extract a specific part of a string, which is useful when we only need a portion of a larger text. And length tells us the number of characters in a string, helping us measure and analyze our data more effectively. These functions are incredibly powerful because they enable us to process and report on text data more efficiently. They tie into the overall theme of data management, making our data more usable and insightful. Whether you're cleaning up data or generating reports, mastering these string functions can really streamline your work. Let's talk about date and time functions in a DBMS. These functions are crucial when working with dates and timestamps. For example, the now function gives us the current date and time, which is very useful for real-time data tracking. Then we have DATEADD, which allows us to add specific intervals, like days, months, or years, to a date, helping us calculate future or past dates easily. DATDIFF is another powerful function. It helps us find the difference between two dates, which is important for measuring durations or time gaps. Overall, these functions are essential tools for managing, filtering, and calculating data based on time. They play a vital role in business and transactional environments where timely data is key to decision-making and operations. Let's take a closer look at usage and examples. In this part, I want to emphasize how these concepts are applied in real-world scenarios. Understanding the key points thoroughly is essential, but I also want to keep the conversation natural and engaging. As we go through, I'll highlight the most important ideas so they stand out. Remember, connecting these examples back to the overall theme helps reinforce why this information matters. By seeing how these concepts work in practice, you'll better grasp their significance and potential applications. So, let's explore some practical usage cases that bring everything we've discussed to life. Let's talk about aggregate functions. These are powerful tools that allow us to process multiple rows in a dataset and return a single, summarized value. Think of them as the way we condense large amounts of data into meaningful insights. For example, the sum function helps us find the total of a particular column, like total sales or revenue. The AVG function calculates the average value, giving us a sense of typical performance. Count is used to determine how many rows or entries exist, which is useful for understanding the size of our dataset. And functions like max and min help us identify the extreme values, highest and lowest points, respectively. These aggregate functions are especially valuable when working with large datasets because they simplify complex data into understandable summaries. They enable us to generate statistical insights and create summary reports that support decision-making. So, in the context of our overall goal, making data-driven decisions, these functions are essential tools. They turn raw data into actionable insights, helping us see the bigger picture quickly and clearly. Let's talk about conversion functions, which are essential tools when working with data. Their main role is to manage data type transformations, ensuring that data is compatible across different operations and systems. Think of them as the translators of the database world. For example, functions like cast and convert help change data from one type to another, say, turning a string into an integer or formatting dates properly. This is really important because if data types don't match what a query expects, it can lead to errors or incorrect results. Using these functions correctly is key to maintaining data integrity and accuracy, especially when dealing with complex queries that involve multiple data sources or formats. They ensure that the data is in the right form for calculations, comparisons, and other operations. So, understanding and applying conversion functions properly helps us keep our data reliable and our queries running smoothly, which ties back to the overall goal of effective data management and analysis. Built-in functions are incredibly powerful tools that help streamline many real-world database tasks. For example, they make financial calculations much easier, support data cleansing processes, and simplify report generation. Think about numeric functions. They're essential for payroll computations, ensuring that salary calculations are accurate and efficient. String functions, on the other hand, help clean up user inputs, making sure data is consistent and reliable. And date functions are great for tracking transaction histories, giving us a clear timeline of activities. These applications really showcase how built-in functions can optimize and simplify database management, saving time and reducing errors. Overall, they're a vital part of making database work more effective and manageable in everyday scenarios. Built-in functions in DBMS are truly essential tools that significantly improve how we process data and run queries. When we master different types of functions, like numeric, string, date, aggregate, and conversion functions, we can really optimize the performance of our databases. This mastery helps us maintain data integrity, which is critical for accurate and reliable information. It also enables us to generate meaningful reports that support better decision-making in corporate environments. So, in summary, these functions are the backbone of efficient data management, tying together the entire theme of how effective database systems empower organizations. Thank you all for your time and attention today. I really appreciate your engagement and interest. I hope the information we've shared has been insightful and helpful. Remember, The key takeaways from this presentation are about understanding the importance of effective communication, continuous learning, and collaboration in achieving our goals. It's these core concepts that tie everything together and drive success. So, thank you once again for being part of this discussion. I look forward to seeing how you'll apply these ideas moving forward. Have a great day.